Hey, how you doing? Hey, tonight I'm actually working on the Pro Mac 610, doing some more work to it, and I'm getting pretty close to getting this all ready to assemble. So let me show you where I'm at and some decisions I made. Alrighty. Alright, so there's the cylinder. This is the exhaust port, what I decided to go with. You can see it's a bit polished, not 100%, but that's the exhaust port I decided to go with. It's not my best work, but she'll work, you know. If you remember on an old video, I had went a little too far in the transfer work, so there's some JB Weld there. Now the transfers, I didn't get too wild and crazy with them, you know, but I just basically drug them to the bottom. Basically removed a little bit of the restriction that would, you know, hinder the flow. And there it is on that side. Intake though, I decided to not do a whole lot. You see, this is the piece that goes in the intake, and you see it's got these little ears. When you stick it on there, those ears kind of do what I was going to do with the JB Weld work, so I figured just to stick with that. And I did kind of match up the bottom and top a little bit. I had to remove some material to get them to match up better. But she's getting closer. Take a look at this bearing pocket. The last time I put it together, you can see where the bearing made a slight contact the whole way around. It takes some very tedious work to do that. I had to recut the grooves there for the retaining ring because I removed so much. The one side of that retaining ring groove actually disappeared completely by the time I was done doing my work, so I had to recut them. Now I just did a squish check, and you can see where the squish is sitting. Yep, she went to 26, 25, 26. That's where she's sitting right now. Now, I was talking to Bellhopper, trying to get some advice on the intake of these. Because he's built a few different Macs. Now, with the squish adjustment, I'm sitting at 65 degrees. And he said it's more common to see like 62, 63, I guess. But because of the squish adjustment, I'm now at 65. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to 68, but I'm going to take it off the piston. I'm going to notch it out of the piston instead of the intake. Just that way, if something goes wrong, all I got to do is buy a new piston. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about replacing the whole cylinder and everything. So that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to bump it up to 68 and take it out of the piston, and then we'll see how it runs. Because maybe I can get more. Maybe it's the sweet spot. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that's what I'm going to do there. So that's pretty much the next step. I got to take the little notch out of the piston and make that adjustment. Then she'll be ready for assembly. Now, I got to change pistons. It might affect the squish number, but it'd be an extremely small amount. You could affect, you know, some of the timing numbers, but it would, you know, be a small enough amount that I'm not that concerned about it. So the biggest thing I'm going to have to deal with is that the pin is pressed into place. So, you know, I'm going to have to work at getting that pressed out and the new piston installed and pressed press the pin back in place. So that's actually the next step. I got to do that and adjust the intake timing. And then I'm going to move into the assembly. I'm expecting this assembly to be a pain in the butt because, you know, I'm going to have to make some tweaks throughout. I still want to do an exhaust on it. I'm not planning on running the factory exhaust setup. I'm planning on doing something else. I don't know what. I got a few ideas rolling around. We'll have to wait and see what works. You know, I might have to build a few mufflers or whatever and, you know, see what works. So that's where we're at. We're getting a lot closer and I'm pretty happy. Things are starting to come together. It took a tremendous amount of patience to get this all to this point. So, you know, hopefully it pays off in the end. There's definitely tons of patience involved here. But hey, that's where we're at, and I thought you guys would enjoy the little update. So next time you see me on this saw, we should be probably getting into the assembly. So we're getting a lot closer now. Alrighty, hey, we'll catch you on the next one. Later. Thank you.